Okay, let's talk a little bit about the balloon Gizmo reusable balloon system compared to some of these imitation copy products that are out there in the marketplace. Is there really a difference? Well, yeah, there is. Let's talk about them. Let's see. First thing that we'll talk about, which is real obvious, is the mounting system, the mounting bracket. You'll notice that this mounting bracket is connected to the rod. So that means that when you put this in the window, in order to get this back out of the window, you need to roll that window back down again every single time. One of the first most obvious advantages here is that we have a removable window bracket. This way, when the product is being used, it can go on the window of the car. If they're not using the rod system, the balloon, or on a demo or whatever, they can simply remove it. The bracket stays in the window, and when it's time to use it again, simply place it in, lock it in, and you're ready to go. We designed this window bracket with a lot of things in mind. One of the things is protecting the automobile, protecting the window, and protecting the automobile that you're putting it on. The copy products, there are a few of the different copy products, and the copy products are designed in a particular way that cause some of these problems that we discussed. So one of the things that they have to do to try to make it strong enough is make the plastic very thick so that the bracket doesn't break in the high wind. But the problem with that is, there's a couple of problems. One is because it's so thick, it doesn't always fit all the way into the window channel. In other words, the window doesn't close completely. One of the other problems, if you notice, you have these sharp edges. And if I put my finger on here for 1, 2, 3 seconds, you can see what happened to my finger. You can imagine what that same sharp edge does to the window of a car, aftermarket window tint on a car, or the soft rubber window channel itself. Our window bracket is designed to overcome all of those issues. The other issue that I didn't mention, of course, is the fact that because it's plastic, you get this out in the hot sun, and as soon as it gets a little bit warm, it gets soft and falls over onto the roof of the car. The window portion of our window bracket is made of spring steel. The paint on this is baked on the same way that the paint on your car is baked on. Let's talk a little bit about the basic structure and design of the product. With this product here, one of these copy products, this is an ABS plastic, which is a very brittle type of plastic, which cracks and breaks very, very easily. The other thing is that the rod itself is glued into the cup. You can also see how small the stem is on the cup, so it doesn't really give much support. And on the other end, the rod is glued about 1 inch, 2 inches into this part of the stem here. The balloon Gizmo product is molded in one piece. This rod is molded. There is no glue. It is molded all the way up into the top of this stem, and you can see how much larger and reinforced this support stem on the cup is. If you were able to look in this window, you would see that this rod goes all the way down to the very bottom of this rod handle, and it is molded in place. You could pull, you could hang on this, you could put all the force you want, and you're not going to be able to separate the handle or the cup from the rod itself. Next thing let's talk about the rod. Now, the copy products that are out there use standard fiberglass rod. Some of the reasons that we don't do that anymore are, A, the fiberglass is what it says. It's small pieces of glass, fibers of glass, and they're coated with a very, very thin coating of shellac that goes on the outside of the rod. After the rod is exposed to the elements, to the wind, the rain, the snow, the sun, and after movement, that thin coating on the outside begins to become dry and flake off bit by bit. As it flakes off, the elements begin to attack the integrity of the rod itself, and it becomes dry and brittle. Now I'm going to bend this one a little bit to show you about what about the limit is. It's about the limit that you'd want to bend this. Now let's talk about our Gizmo rod first. That's how flexible our rod is. And when it comes back, you have all the memory. It stands up straight, just like it did before it was bent. The next thing is whether the camera can pick it up or not. There is a coating on the outside of this rod. We do not use a standard fiberglass rod. It's a proprietary blend of materials, but I can tell you that one of the components in that material is an epoxy resin. And as we all know, epoxy resin is a very strong material, so that we have the strength and we have the flexibility at the same time.